we have enough blame to go around simply because we are Americans. Americans are devil worshippers. Shakespeare did not want to die that way, and so anytime he wants to talk about the Reformation in England, he sets it in Greece, ancient Greece, and this is the famous speech that Ulysses gave in Shakespeare's play Troilus and Cressida. Take but degree away, untune that string, and hark what discord follows. Take degree, he's talking about social order here. Logos. Each thing meets in mere repugnancy. The bounded waters should lift their bosoms higher than the shores and make a sop of all this solid globe. Strength should be the lord of imbecility, and the rude son should strike his father dead. Force should be right, or rather right and wrong, between whose endless jar justice resides, should lose their names, and so should justice too. Then everything includes itself in power, power into will, will into appetite, and appetite a universal wolf, so doubly second with will and power, must make for force a universal prey, and at last eat up itself. That's the Reformation right there in a nutshell. And its fulfillment was America, and we're watching it right now. Okay? Now, there were people who understood this. One of the people who understood the hidden grammar of the Reformation was a Puritan by the name of John Milton. And he wrote probably the Protestant epic. And the Protestant epic is known as Paradise Lost, great poem. And everybody knew that the hero of Paradise Lost was the devil. Everybody knew that. Blake said it. The entire Romantic movement knew that. Shelley knew that. When Shelley wrote his treatise on the Irish, urging them to rise up in revolution against the English, he got his line from Milton, awake, arise, or be forever fallen. Who said that? Satan said that. He said it to the fallen angels, rallying the fallen angels in hell so they could wage perpetual war on God. Now, what does that mean? Remember, this is a Protestant. This is one of the great Protestant thinkers talking. Before Satan said that, this is what he said. Farewell, happy fields, where joy forever dwells. Hail, horrors! Hail, infernal world! And thou profoundest hell, receive thy new possessor, one who brings a mind not to be changed by place or time. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. What matter where, if I be still the same? And what should I be all but less than he whom thunder has made greater? Here at least we shall be free. What does that remind you of? The land of the free and the home of the brave. Here at last we shall be free. The Almighty hath not built here for his envy, nor will not drive us hence. Here we may reign secure. And in my choice, to reign is worth ambition, though in hell. Better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. That's the Puritan manifesto. That's why they came here. The English couldn't stand them anymore, so they drove them out and they came to Boston. And what they did there was basically they sat there and everybody mulled this thing over for centuries. And one of the men who did a lot of mulling was Nathaniel Hawthorne, whose great-great-grandfather was a judge at the Salem witch trial. And he was kept mulling, like, what is this ship that I'm sailing with? And the greatest expression of his revelation, self-revelation, was young Goodman Brown, which I encourage you to read. But the man who epitomized this whole civilization, the man who took the ball from John Milton and applied it specifically to America, was Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he wrote an essay called Self-Reliance. And in that he said, nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. Does that remind you of something? He got it from Milton. That's exactly what Satan said in that speech I just read from Paradise Lost. Absolve you to yourself, and you shall have the suffrage of the world. Now, he knew that this is strong. The Germans call it starker Tobak. This is really strong stuff. So he gives an objection here. But these impulses, this is the objector, may be from below, not from above. And Emerson replies, they do not seem to me to be such, but if I am the devil's child, I will live then from the devil. The only right is what is after my constitution. The only wrong is what is against it. Power is in nature the essential measure of right. You got that from Shakespeare. That's what Ulysses said with the Reformation. That was the hidden grammar of the Reformation. Shakespeare knew it. Milton knew it. Emerson knew it. Nietzsche knew it. They all knew it. You break with some type of objective authority. You hand the Bible to an Englishman, and he goes immediately crazy and will say power is the essential measure of right. Okay, I said so Hawthorne is thinking, this is crazy shit. This is my neighbor? He's a devil worshiper. No wonder he wrote Young Goodman Brown. You go into the forest and the guy says, yeah, evil is the nature of mankind. That's the logical outcome of Calvin's doctrine of innate depravity, total depravity. And here we're only drawing the logical conclusion. If evil is the nature of mankind, well, we're all devil worshippers. And Emerson is giving his version of it. Now, the other guy who was thinking this over was Hawthorne's friend, Herman Melville. And now we're getting close to